Welcome to G3, Games, Gadgets, and Guests, an audio and video podcast from 702 Communications. I'm your host, Brian Cromit. We've got a guest episode for you again today, and joining me again on the program are Shannon and Megan from Girl Develop It. Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
So we had you on last year to talk about Tech Tailgate, and that was a great event. You had a lot of fun with it, and we're looking to build on some of the momentum you generated there. Tell me a little bit about the events that you had after Tech Tailgate, and let's just go from there.
Yeah, we for Girl Develop It, we had a JavaScript class. So that was pretty great. Our first JavaScript class that we've offered. And then we also had a workshop for people who wanted to learn HTML and CSS, which is kind of like our intro class, kind of most basic level. And we created holiday cards, kind of a website form. So that was pretty successful, that class was.
I saw you had it in December, and you made it a holiday-themed coding event. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to have a theme, and you've got more events coming up this year, obviously. You want to talk about any of those?
Sure. For upcoming classes, we have actually a Valentine's edition of HTML and CSS. So it'll be pretty similar to our intro to HTML and CSS with our holiday edition, but we're making a Valentine's Day website card this time.
Okay.
And it just kind of makes it easier to have a purpose of making a site instead of just putting random text on there.
So we talked a little bit last time you were here about the different skill levels that people have when they're coming to one of your classes. If somebody's interested in the Valentine's Day HTML CSS class, what kind of skill level should they really have?
Basically, it's a very beginner level class. So
if you can turn on a computer, you can come?
Yeah, and you know what? If you can't turn on a computer, bring it to us. We'll turn it on for you or show you how to turn it on and kind of go from there. So it's a very basic level class. We provide you with the software that you need to start coding and kind of just go from there. So I
know you guys invited me to come to a class sometime, and I didn't come, and I'm sorry. And it's not because I don't like you.
Opportunities.
Talk to me just a little bit about how the classes actually work. What's the interaction between instructors and I'll say students or participants?
Yeah, for every class we have one main teacher, and then we have a couple teaching assistants. So we have a couple people moving throughout the class, just kind of answering questions and helping people along because we want everyone to move at the same pace so they don't fall behind. And we want questions to be asked. If you have a question, there's probably someone else in the class who has the same one. Mm-hmm. So
when somebody comes to your class, how much will they accomplish the first night?
Well, it depends on how long the class is, but they'll come away with a website.
Yeah.
Guaranteed? That's Megan's guarantee. You come to the class, you'll come away with a website.
It's got her stamp of approval. Yes.
And then do you work the classes so then they build off that basic knowledge of that class and you'll stack skills then?
Yeah. The beginning of last year, and I think we're going to do that again this year, is kind of have a track. So starting with like the basic HTML, CSS class, working from that and doing kind of the next level of responsive design. So kind of mobile design, building on top of what they've already learned. JavaScript is another language, so kind of throwing that in there. So just kind of, if you've taken one class, we'll kind of guide you to your next class or show you what opportunities you can go to after that first class.
Okay. And when is this next class being held? You said it was for Valentine's Day.
It's Saturday, February 11th.
Okay. And there's a cost to attend?
It's $92. So that'll cover the full 8-hour course, and we generally have a few snacks, so those are kind of good too.
and where are you holding the event?
At Co-Schedule in the Meadowlark building.
Okay, perfect. And if people want more information about that event, they can always find it on your website, Girl Develop It Fargo.
Girldevelopit.com/Fargo.
All right, so
and
check
Facebook, Twitter,
all the other places where everybody who's online has places for you to find things.
Yep.
You're there too? Okay, good to know. So you guys have this class coming up, but you also have a fun kickoff for the year coming up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we are celebrating, this will be the start of our third year that we've been doing Girl Develop It in Fargo. So we are kicking off with a fun event. It's going to be tech trivia. It's January 26th, and it's we've got all types of questions that we're getting prepared for all the techies, but don't need to consider yourself a techie to attend. These questions are from 2016 technology trends to the beginnings of the internet and tech that was back in the 80s. So there's questions from all realms of tech.
So I saw the splash graphic or whatever on your website, and it does look very 80s. Looks a little Tron. It looks, yes. So I was wondering when I saw that, what kind of trivia was there going to be? Is video game trivia, 80s trivia?
Yeah, like a mix of all of that, but all tech related.
Will people dress up like 80s?
I would hope people would dress up, but it's not a requirement.
I mean, I might dress up.
I mean, there might be glow sticks, but we'll see.
You heard it here. There might be glow sticks. So if you needed one more reason, there might be glow sticks. So the trivia, it sounds like a good time. I'm getting the impression that you guys have a good time at a lot of the events that you put on. But the trivia night isn't just about having a party, right? You guys are actually raising money towards something.
Yeah, so Girl Develop, it's a national organization. So there are over 53 chapters across the U.S., and we're just one of them. So it's a 501(c) nonprofit, and we want to have the opportunity to allow people to take classes that maybe aren't able to afford it. So a lot of this event, a lot of the fundraising that we do for it will go towards scholarships for our chapter locally. So people who want to attend our classes that maybe are in a hard spot or can't afford it can come to us and say, hey, I'd like to help and I'd like to take this class.
Perfect.
So scholarships are one big thing that we'll want to fundraise for.
So if you needed another reason to come to the event, not just to do the trivia, not just to maybe get a glow stick, but you're also helping Girl Develop It, help other people, help people learn to code and giving opportunity. So I think that's great. I think that's going to be a fun event. So you've got this event coming up on the 26th. You've got your coding event coming up on the 11th. What else are you looking to do this year for Girl Develop It?
Well, we do have one other event that's coming up in February. It'll be on February 28th, and it's a tech panel of women. So we'll have about 3 to 5 women on a panel talking about what they do in their day-to-day job in tech. Okay. We meant to have this in December, but of course the weather took over and we had to cancel it. So we're looking forward to rescheduling that.
So you've got this panel coming up on the 28th. Do you have speakers lined up for that already, or is that still, you working on that? Or?
Yeah, we've got a few confirmed. One of them is Kaylee Gray. She actually runs the local chapter of Free Code Camp.
Sure.
And her story is kind of awesome. She came to one of our classes and then kind of kept coming to our classes last year and ended up enrolling in Iron Yard Code School and got her first job as a web developer in December. So,
did she really?
Yeah.
Good for her. She was on one of the Tech Tailgate podcasts. Yep. So glad to hear she succeeded. Good job, Kaylee.
Yeah. So she'll be there talking about kind of her experience in tech and where she's at and how she kind of got there. So that's kind of a fun story to share.
Great. And the rest of the panelists then TBA.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. Sounds good. So we got a couple good events for you guys coming up and a bunch more throughout the year. And this one thing I'd like to mention too about this panel event is that it's a free event. So in addition to classes throughout the year, we'll also offer free events. So people kind of just come together, hear from other people in the tech world, happy hours to come and just hang out and meet people, and then also get help on coding projects if you need. So we have kind of a combination of paid classes and free events. Well, that sounds great, gals. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys succeed again this year. And again, if people want more information, they can always follow you and your events on your website and on your Facebook page. And we're going to have that on the bottom third. And on my Facebook page. So it's going to be everywhere that you need to find information about them. We'll make sure that you get that. Anything else you guys want to plug while you're here? It's been a pleasure to have you both again. It's been an adventure, just like last time was an adventure. I hope to have you guys on again.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the second meeting here with Shannon and Megan from Girl Develop It. We had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed it too. As always, if you've been liking the podcast, please tell your friends. Please subscribe. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Stitcher. We're everywhere that you need a podcast to be. We've got a lot more games, gadgets, and guests coming up here this year, so please tune in. And until next time, I'm Brian Cromit. This is G3. Game on.